Happy Sunday. Good morning, afternoon. I suppose it's evening some places too. Welcome on into another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. And one of the very few group flights we actually do here on the channel. So we did a group flight, a couple actually, on Friday. And they went pretty good. But here we are, courtesy of P2. He brought us this awesome flight plan for today. So we're going to be taking a flight from Calgary to Vancouver. And I was initially going to take the CRJ. And then I went ahead and I looked at what airlines, what aircrafts actually fly this in real life. And the MAX actually is one of the highest used aircrafts for this flight. 320 as well, but there were no CRJs. So I was like, well, let's try to keep it somewhat realistic in the world of flight simming. Let me get Volanta fully updated here. All right, so we'll give it a little bit of time here for everyone to load in if you want to. Multiplayer, of course, in 2024 kind of is hit and miss. It will work at times, it will not work at times, so we may not be able to see all the planes. As you saw, it just popped off there for a few seconds, so unfortunately, that is the world of Flight Sim 2024. So we have Maddie, Master Copy, Jay Russ is here. Will is here. Happy Sunday to you. And welcome on into the stream. I'm trying to get there in time. Master Copy, take your time. We're not going to take off right away. We're going to let everyone kind of get settled in. We're going to try to hopefully see if the sim will cooperate. I will be using Beyond ATC for this flight, but I will not be using traffic. I'll turn off traffic so that we can see actually our other, group flights instead of seeing all the traffic within the sim. JT Turner, welcome on in. Welcome on in. So again, today's flight is going to be Calgary to Vancouver. Take your pick, whatever you like. I'm using real time. We're on the US East server. Since I'm on the East Coast of the US, it works best to be on that server for me. Hopefully you all do well as well on that server. If not, we can always change to a different server if it's not working out so great. So there we go. We got traffic coming on back here. P2's back. Are you K5JR? Is that you, J Russ? Are you pushing back? And then I saw Maddie. Yeah, Maddie's out there in the distance as well. I'm standing on by, you're in the 777. All right. I thought about taking the 350. I really thought about taking the 350. I did take the 350 on a flight yesterday. It was O'Hare to Omaha. And it worked really, really well. Okay, J Russell, we see you. Cool. Worked really, really well. I was quite impressed. One of the biggest issues with the 350 has been the performance, right? Optimization issues. And it's working really well. I didn't have any major issues with it. Nice, successful flight. So props off to any builds to finally getting to a point where it seems to be about the same performance as every other, major third-party aircraft, airliner within the sims. It took them a very long time, and maybe they should have pushed it back a little bit, but at the end of the day, it finally got there. So it's still not a plane I'm going to fly a lot. The same with the 777. Obviously, if you've been in the stream enough, you know that I fly a lot of the iFly. It's going to be between the 737 MAX, the 737-700, and then, of course, the 319 CRJ. And eventually, when we get the VNAV, we'll be popping in a lot of the E-Jet. So that's the plan. Master Copy, how we looking? How we looking for your arrival? Last I saw, you said you're like 50 nautical miles out. So we'll see. Again, multiplayer is going to pop in and out, so we'll have to deal with it. Again, if we have to switch servers, we'll do such things, but it worked, I guess, pretty decent on Friday. In terms of Flight Sim Expo, not a whole lot of new stuff. So most of yesterday's stuff was just kind of repeats of what happened on stage on Friday. The same thing with today. There was an announcement. There's multiplayer disappearing again. Three miles out. Cool. There was an announcement for Aerosoft and Tolis. They're working on a 340. Is that correct? Is it a 340 they're working on? So I know a lot of people are excited about that. Bluebirds was at or is at the Expo, and they had a new video come out for their 757 that people are super excited about. I'm not a big long haul pilot, so it's not something I don't know. I probably won't get it day one. I probably won't get it day one. I'll be honest. We'll kind of see. We'll see. But it's not a plane I'm really looking forward to. But obviously, if it's really good, I'll jump into it. Outside of that, I don't think was anything really major from yesterday or even today. We are expecting to hear the announcement in about 25-ish minutes of when, or should say where, I guess when and where, Flight Sim Expo 2026 is going to be. The rumor is that there was an Easter egg in some photo of some sort, and that Easter egg is pointing towards Phoenix, into Phoenix. So, we'll see what happens. I do have family that lives in Arizona, so maybe I can make it work out next year. We'll kind of see how that plays out. But my experience watching it Friday, I was quite disappointed. I let it a little bit known in the video I made. I didn't want to drag it too much. I didn't want to say it's awful. It wasn't awful. It's just there was a lot of things that should have been cut. It should have been a 2-hour long presentation with the big hitters in there. Moza and Windwing and Meridian, Honeycomb, etc. It should have been the big hitters, and then of course the aircraft developers and sceneries. There's a lot of just garbage and trash that was in there. There's a lot of just the word AI got thrown out so much about different things going on in the AI world, and obviously I do support a lot of the work in AI, but there are also things that are very much unnecessary to have in the world of flight simming. Major McDaniel, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get going here. Let me jump into my 737 MAX, and we'll get this start going. Well, we're still waiting for master copy to fully arrive into the sim. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is go over here to the side, power, system page. First I'm going to go into panel style. I'm going to switch this over to US because I'm a dumb American. We're going to set that and go back. And now we're going to go to ground support and connect the GPU. Then we're going to go up top here and go external power on, battery on, external power on. Then I like to go up here and do the IRSs. And then we're going to go and get lights on. I know this is not the way you're supposed to do it. I just like to do it this way. And then we're going to do the APUs. Emergency lights on, fasten seatbelt sign on, and I just go ahead and get the hydraulic pumps going now. Cool. That's all coming to live, looking good. How do I know if I'm actually on multiplayer? I hit free flight and live, but I don't know if it's actually on. East server, TJ. East server. So the steps. Where are the steps? Where did I put that? Ah, here we go. I need to make a command for this, I think. Oh, it's too much. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so we have that, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do the last one. Okay, TJ, these are sorry, Major McDaniel, these are the steps. Make sure you do those steps in order to get multiplayer to work properly within the sim. And it still may not work properly, but close enough. All right, so the FMC is going to position in it. Next, grab the GPS, drop it on in here. Route, let's go ahead and request it. Now I'm getting runway 35 right. I missed the Easter egg about the Phoenix. What Easter egg? There's an Easter egg about the Phoenix. Load. No, oh, not the Phoenix plane. In Phoenix, Arizona. Now I see what you're saying, Will. Wait, there is no gates. CY. Oh, you get so CYYC. CYYC. I see Maddie parked off to the side. Fantastic. Runway 35 right's what I'm expecting from Beyondatc. We are, oops, I forgot to change my thing. Whoops. Well, it's going to say American, even though I'm in Air Canada. Oh, well. Okay, so American, execute, performance. Let's go over to our 0 fuel weight. So over to performance payload, we go to weights. I use a tool called briefing panel. I like this tool a lot. And we go under payload, and we're going to be taking 147 passengers on this flight. Cargo is 5145, so 2625, round it. 2625, beautiful, grand. And then fuel is 11290. The takeoff is normally about 20, or sorry, taxi, and then the trip is 5697. Okay, and then let's go and verify our 0 fuel weight, 133.1, 133.2. So we're a little heavy, but we'll make it work. All right, complete, and then we'll go on back down here, and our 0 fuel weight is going to be 133.2. Our reserves are 2. Cost index is a 5, cruising up to 360. Weather is 301 at 49. And our temperature is 5. Grand. Okay, next. We'll go and get our takeoff info. So let's go ahead and copy this from the FMC. Let's go to flap 5, AC on, anti-ice off, calculate 21.6 and 49. 49 and 21.6 here. Beautiful. All right, V speeds are set. Departure, we don't have a SID for departure, but we do have an arrival SID. Or sorry, we have a star, arrival. It's 26 left is what I'm expecting. Via was it Cancus? Cancus? I don't know. 5 via booth. Oh, there's no booth here. That's fine. There's booth. Beautiful. And it said via booth, so that's all looking grand. We can go get rid of that. Cool. All right. Looking grand. Altimeter set. I guess I'll see if this works. All right, Major McDaniel, we'll see. All right, multiplayer. No, let's see. We got master copies out there. So master copy has arrived. There's J. Russ. I lost P2. Where'd P2 go? I lost P2. Okay, so that's looking good. Let's get Beyondatc rolling, shall we? So let's go ahead and get ATC clearance frequency. We are going to be on clearance. Is that right? Frequency? Yep. I know it's apron. Yeah, that's right. All right, IFR clearance.
Then expect radar vectors BOTOG. Squawk 6054.
I just realized there was no audio for some reason.
Expect runway 35 right. Climb 10,000
right,
feet
6045.
on runway center line. Then expect radar vectors BOTOG. Squawk 6054.
10,000.
American
Cool.
516.
Runway center line. Runway 35
American
right.
516,
Beautiful.
read that correct. Contact ground 125.35 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 125.35 when ready for pushback or engine start. American 516.
Okay, all looking good. Let's go ahead and get disconnected from the GPU, and let's go and get our clearance. Calgary ground, American 516 ready for pushback and engine start.
American 516, Calgary ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest.
All right, southwest.
Pushback approved. Face southwest. American 516.
And let's see, we should be able to make it work right about here. So it looks like, I think I figured out that any third-party add-ons don't seem to work with pushback planner here. think we finally narrowed that down. All right, pushback is approved. APU bleeds on. Engine number 2 is firing up. Clear out the master caution, and clock is ticking. We have a Ford in the house today, a Mr. Ford. Everyone needs to subscribe or else. Such a contrast with last year's Expo. I hope today some good surprises. Yeah, I hope. We got 15 minutes until the announcement today, so we'll see what happens. Oh, there's P2. Again, I don't want to like be down about it, because obviously it's still really, really cool. But compared to like last year's, no contest. And even last year's I didn't like as much because of the panel. They had like the, what, 3 people on the panel? And after every single showcase, they had these people talk, and I'm like, why am I watching this? Why do I care what these people want to talk about? I don't care what other influencers are talking about. I just care about what is at the presentation. You know what I mean? You guys in Vancouver. Yep, in Vancouver. No, sorry, Calgary. Calgary. We're going to Vancouver. Going to Vancouver. All right, engine number 2 is good. Engine number 1 is next. Engine number 1 firing up. Windwing is saving the day with some good news. Yeah, Windwing really, like, stole some of my money. I'm really impressed with what Windwing's doing. Like, I talked about it in the video, but without a company like Windwing that comes in and says, hey, we can make high quality stuff at a reasonable price, you know, it then leaves the door open to Thrustmaster and Turtle Beach and Honeycomb and Logitech to make higher priced items. So it's a major competition, which I love to see. Calgary ground, American 516 ready to taxi to the active. It might be why. Yeah, if you're in Vancouver, it could be a problem.
Right, taxi via Juliet Tango, Juliet Bravo.
Yeah, P2 is over on YouTube as well. I think I have a
taxi via Juliet Tango,
thing. Let me see it.
Juliet Bravo, American 516.
So if I'm too boring, P2 is fantastic. Yeah, and Beyondatc going to have integration with Navigraph with traffic. That is really, really cool. All right, taxi lights are on. Gen 1 on. And APU is off. APU bleed off. Packs are set auto. Everything looks good up top there. All right, guys, are we ready to get out of here? We got P2, Maddie, and Mrs. PH, or was it TPHI? We have TJ Turner, Master Copy. Maddie's there. I think we're ready to roll. All right, P2, do you want me to go around you, or are you waiting for me? You have the right of way. All right, flaps are coming 5. Barry, welcome on in. Barry, if you would like, we are doing a multiplayer group flight today. East US server, Calgary to Vancouver. Calgary to Vancouver. This was going to be, well, we were going to do a flight in Canada, but we decided to swap on over and do a flight into Providence. Oh, PT disappeared to me. Oh, multiplayer disappeared to me. That happens. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here then. Auto going forward. We're going taxiing via, hey, JT, who's over on Kip on the ground. And then Juliet Bravo. There's P2 back. All right, JT. Which is this first turn up here. Try not to kill P2. Plenty of room. And here's JT. Then we're going to take Juliet. And then we're going to take Bravo. So I did yesterday. I did my very first. Well, not my very first. My second. It'd be officially my second virtual airline flight, and I picked Star Alliance. The reason why I picked them was because they fly for there's many airlines part of them all over the globe, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to kind of do more international flying versus doing just US based stuff. So I did a flight yesterday with it. Well, I technically did two. So here's the story. I did a flight. It was O'Hare to Minneapolis, and on arrival, really cool traffic experience in Minneapolis with Beyondatc. One of the coolest experiences I've ever had. We were coming in. I saw two planes that were crossing an active runway, but at that point, Beyondatc only gave me continue, didn't give me clear to land. So we're making our approach in, and then as we got closer to the runway, it told me to go around. So I've never done a go around in the MAX before. So as you can probably guess, it went terribly bad. Terribly bad. I pulled in, I tried to push in throttle, but it wouldn't take it. And I'm not quite sure why. If I would have turned off auto throttle, I probably would have gotten control of the plane and all would have been fine. But we ended up crashing. So I ended up stopping recording for that flight and just redoing the flight again. And all was successful. It was just terrible. Alright, we taxiing out. There's J. Russ, P2's coming. Master copies pushing back maybe. Got cool downtown Calgary there. This is this F Sim? I can't remember. A really good scenery. Ended up crashing. Oh, then I did the flight again, and the first flight I did it with the MAX. The second flight I was like, all right, I'm not doing that again. So I jumped over to the PMG 737, and I went without Beyondatc for that flight. But so when you do VAs, you have to fly the aircraft that they assign for that flight. And in that case, it was a MAX. You can sub out. You just have to put notes in there. Well, I figured the 737-700 and the MAX would be okay, and I wouldn't get dinged on it, not leave notes. If I would have checked that prior to in there, they have a cool little thing where you can search to say, this is the flight aircraft, this is the one I want to fly, do I have to put notes in? And I was stupid and didn't check it beforehand, so I just pushed it through. But that was when I was supposed to leave notes for. So, in the future, look at that first. I'm not sure how much I'll do with the virtual airline stuff, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Calgary Tower, hello from American 516. We're holding short runway 35 right, ready to go. Auto throttle's armed.
516, Calgary Tower. Wind 005 at 5. Fly heading tree 50. Runway tree 5 right. Cleared for takeoff.
An A400. Very nice.
350.
He's probably like, what's with all this traffic?
Cleared for takeoff. American 516.
Alright, heading's 350.
All aircraft be advised. Information Tango now current. Altimeter tree 018.
Alright, P2's coming. This is TPHI. We have J. Russ. I see Master Copy and Maddie haven't moved yet, and we have Turner. I'm not sure if they're part of our group or not. Alright folks, on departure 350 on the heading. Alright, all checked, looking good. Let's bring up those throttles. 60%. Major Medallion sees us, awesome. No, not on air one, nope. Alright, throttles are stable, flaps are set, all looking grand. Oh, you're in the A3 or the A400. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go flying. By the time we get up past 10,000, we should be able to jump into the Expo and see what's going on. Our Max is working a little harder because we're a little higher in elevation. Rotating. Very smooth. And positive rate, gear going up. Alright, heading mode selected. VNAV is set. Flaps up 1 notch. RTO off. Flaps up 2.
American 516, contact Calgary departure 119.8.
Contact Calgary departure 119.8, American 516.
And
Calgary departure, American 516.
let's bring that nose down a little bit, gain a little bit more speed. Alright, full flaps up. I'm going to put AP on.
Calgary departure, good day identified. Climb to 18,000 feet, altimeter
18,000.
Climb to 18,000 feet, altimeter 3018, American 516.
How we looking? J. Russ on the roll.
American 516, turn left, heading 250.
250.
Turn left, heading 250, American 516.
That's beautiful. This isn't. This change that I complain about pretty much on every flight. We have like fall or winter imagery, satellite mapping, and then we have summer or spring. 2 different seasons. They need to find a way to fix that. Like, I'm sure this is all photogrammetry. Yeah, this is definitely all photogrammetry, then it stops. They need to find a way to get that to blend better. Master copy's headed to the runway. Looking good. Model matching looked pretty good. Although I don't know what everyone was flying in terms of like the liveries. Alright, coming up on 10,000. Landing lights are coming off. Alright, let's bring out the map a little bit, see where we're going. Okay, we should get a vector over to the left a little bit soon. And I'm going to go ahead and put in our cruise up to 360.
American 516, clear direct Botog, resumo navigation.
Okay, we're direct to Botog. Beautiful.
Clear direct Botog, resumo
So let's swing on over
navigation,
there.
American 516.
And then we'll go LNAV, not in the interception path yet. Uh-oh, what happened to J. Russ? J. Russ looks... Oh, there... No, I guess he's moving. Just a little lower. There's TPHI. Maddie's there. We have Master Copy down there yet. And I can't see what's... Turner, I think's holding short as well. This is really good photogrammetry. Looks really, really good. It's a small little section. Oh, poor Calgary. But it looks really good. Just passing 11? Okay, okay. You're in the 320? My guess?
Contact Edmonton Center 133.3, American 516. Have a good day.
Alright, we can probably intercept now. Yep, all good there. Alright, let's go
Edmonton
ahead
Center, American 516. Good
and
day.
check out, see what's going on the YouTubing.
Feet.
Engine up.
No, that's not what I want.
American 516, Edmonton Center. Good day, identified. Climb to flight level 360.
360, looking
Climb
good
to
there.
flight level 360, American 516.
Put that away. And let's see here. Chrome is going to be for the Expo. Chrome. Oh, holy cow! Why is it so big? We don't need that one so big, so we'll just put that up here at the top.
Let the meowing begin, yes. You know, I asked them to put a table on the stage, and I realized actually it might be more helpful to have a chair at this point. I could sit down, but that's all right.
Any idea why I can't ATC for takeoff? 1820? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was a good time.
My only guess is if you,
for it to be over. Like, it feels like it's 2:30, so
if you weren't at the, well, no, you were at the
thank
runway.
you for being with us. I want to thank each and every single one of
I'm
you
not sure.
for joining us at Flight
You were on the right
Expo
comms?
2025 here in Providence, Rhode Island. Our
Oh,
6th
lost multiplayer.
annual Flight Simulation Convention, and now for the 3rd year in a row, our biggest flight simulation convention.
All right, again, the rumor is
That is by
Phoenix.
sponsors, that is by exhibitors, and that is by attendees. So
The
thank
rumor
you very
is
much
Phoenix.
for helping to make that possible. Alongside, of course, our amazing Diamond Plus and Diamond sponsors who have really helped carry this show, especially over the last couple of years. Starting off with our Diamond Plus sponsors, Navigraph, Orbix, and PMDG, and then of course our full range of Diamond sponsors, Prepared, On Air Company, Winwing, Field Air, Builds, X-Plane, Thrustmaster, Parallel 42, Honeycomb, Stellarchy, SimFab, and Meridian GMT. So again, not just all of our sponsors on there, of course, but some of the top ones. Really grateful to them and to all the exhibitors, and of course to each and every one of you.
it'll probably be around the same time because it always seems to be around the last week of June. So my guess is the same time frame. I don't even see Major. I saw him. Saw him for a second.
A lot of it that happens throughout the course of the year and throughout the course of the weekend. Obviously, could not do it without them, so we're very grateful for all of their support in helping to make this show possible.
There is actually a Comac
to make sure that you guys
919 paper available. I just came across it about $50, I think. Comac, sorry.
For those of you in the room, your tickets include
what is that?
access to our online events. If you want us to go
C919?
back and rewatch anything that happened on FS Expo Friday, anything that happened on the FS Elite stage, anything that happened here in this room.
Oh, the China.
You have access to do
The
that
China
on
airliner.
watch. That is available through till the end of August. And if you're
I don't think it's
watching on
great
YouTube
though,
or if
right?
you're watching this somewhere else,
I think I read a review.
all of what happened here over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, it's China's first airliner, commercial airline, or commercial aircraft, sorry. His first flight was 8 years ago. I forgot about that. I wonder how that compares to the other aircrafts.
With the reveal.
Who's coming on stage? Why is that a bunch of candles?
They're a nice crowd, man. You don't even have to do anything and they're happy.
Well, don't tell them I'm from Boston or else we're going to be in big trouble.
That's true. So amongst other things, Sean helps out.
Alright, looks like we're only 2-6 left on this arrival.
Outreach, helping to send those emails, make those phone calls, do those Discord follow-ups to get the more than 80 exhibitors.
Yeah, the A220. I'm super excited. The little teaser video they showed off on Friday, along with the longer video that came out a few days back. I'm super excited for it. It looks really good. It looks really, really good.
Our best FS Expo Friday announcement. This was live polling that was done at the end of Friday.
Winwing, I think, wins this award.
Voted in that about 5-minute window that we had right at the end of Friday. And Sean, if you would, please announce for us the best FS Expo Friday announcement from Flight Sim Expo 2025.
Sure. So the winner of the
landslide
awards for Best FS Expo Friday announcement is Winwing.
Good job, Winwing.
Tony?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
How is this OBS thingy working? Yeah, I'm back on OBS, and all's been really good. I only used, what was the other one called?
Hi everybody. Hey, Tony here.
Mold or something? I can't remember, whatever that one's called. I only used it once. Master Copy still holding short?
Thank you everybody.
Why are you holding short still?
I wouldn't
Beyond
It
ATC?
wasn't even as hot anymore. So it's been 19 years for me in the flight simulation world, and it's really happy to be here.
I'm interested in a lot of things from Winwing. Very interested in a lot of things from them.
Our management and our companies.
Like I know there are some people who are saying,
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
you know, they have a lot of Airbus products. So like if you're J. Russ and you're building a home cockpit and you prefer you prefer Airbuses, you'll have, you know, plenty of things to work with. But you can also use MobiFlight and use it for pretty much any aircraft.
We have a raffle event at our booth at 402. This is enlarged MiG-29 yoke here. So it's been enlarged to 135%.
G. Russ says, I'm not interested, I hate Airbus.
But it's a trophy. So for anybody who have participate or
They're overrated planes. Boeing all the way.
please come over to the booth after the event.
How are we sitting here?
We'll be doing
30,000.
Thank you.
Yeah, Winwing saved the day for sure at the Expo. Winwing and of course Navigraph started off really well after disaster of P-42.
Thank you very much.
In my opinion, disaster.
Yeah, we'll give one more round of applause.
Absolutely.
Navigraph at least helped the momentum continue,
So following that,
and
our
then
second
it just
attendee
dropped off
choice
all the way
award
until
for
Winwing
the
came
best
out.
exhibit booth. This
Meridian
was
had some
voted
cool
in third
stuff,
place
but like
both yesterday
they got cut
and
off short.
today, and this was
And they
a
didn't really
much
showcase
closer
anything
race. We had about
brand
300
new.
people
Like
that
it's a
voted
lot of the
in
stuff they
this
had from
one.
last year.
And I've got to tell you, the
Or
number
from the
of
FS
booths
weekend.
that were represented, like every booth has like 10 or 20 responses, which is really cool, showing just how amazing and diverse the many different exhibitors out there on the show
Every-
floor were.
Every
The
booth
winner
has
is
10 to
separated
20?
only by a couple of votes, which is really, really cool.
That's interesting.
And our winner for the 2025 Best Exhibit Booth
Win-win.
goes to...
That's it. Come on up, Brandon.
I guess that didn't surprise me. I kind of suspect the quality, but I see they sort of made a custom avionics system. Yeah.
We just
It-
want to
it's-
thank everybody
it's to be
for letting
concerned
us
for
come to
sure.
this event
You know, it's
and
affordable
put on
stuff,
display
but
that no matter what your flight sim experience is,
I think the molding, like the plastic molding, is really, really good. Obviously it all is going to depend on how long the avionic, or not the avionics, the electrics, how long the boards last, how long the wiring lasts, all that kind of jazz.
We hope you had a good experience at our booth and got to see a little bit about what it's
But
like
for me,
to
it
control
seems
or
to be
what
like
it's
the same
to be a pilot.
quality
And we look
as,
forward to seeing a lot of you
well, it
on
seems to be
Everett
better
very
quality
soon.
than
So
Honeycomb.
Very thankful for the award, and we
Like
can't
my
wait for
Alpha's
next
gone
year
strong,
already.
not a
Thank you,
zero
guys.
issue with the Alpha. My Bravo, I've talked about it before, but the wires for the throttle, they clipped, so I had to solder them back together again. Master Copy's wheels up, cool. Very, very good.
Yeah, I guess
What
that
happened,
sounds
Master Copy?
Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate your
Thank
help
you,
with
guys.
that.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to Batsim. And honestly,
I want the
yeah,
mini
yeah,
cockpit
thank you,
by
guys. Appreciate that.
Matsolo?
That area has been a
There was
vision
that mini
of ours at the
the
show
mini
for quite
cockpit
some time to bring
for
together
the
virtual
it's the
airlines,
top.
different online aviation
It's the
communities,
overhead here.
Batsim and IVAO,
It's for the
just to
Airbus, but there's a
showcase
mini
in real
cockpit
time
version
that you
they're
can have
working on
pilots flying their
that has a bunch.
simulators,
It has like the
air traffic
APU
controllers
button,
doing their thing,
and
how
I think it had
that
some
all
light
works
switches.
together, and I think that
They're
really
very
came
cool.
together this year, and of course,
If
you
it's
know,
at a
reflected
reasonable
in the
price, I might
results.
consider
So
getting
thank
that.
you guys again for helping to make that
Because I'd like to
happen.
get an overhead panel.
Yeah, okay, one more round of applause. That
Oh, I
sounds
could probably
good.
just get a Stream Deck and plugins. All right,
Gives
we're
me
at a
some time to
cruise.
breathe, too, which is kind of nice. So let's talk now about Flight Sim Expo.
This is so cool.
Sorry, Evan, I'm sorry. We are out of time. You have used up all of your time.
At least they're making a
Were
joke
you
about
just
that.
about to announce where we're going next year?
I guess I was, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe this one time I'll allow
Are you
it.
sure?
It was
yes,
out,
I
oh, was that the
I'll have mercy
Expo?
on you, all right?
Alright,
Moose the Merciful. You have
The autopilot one, I know about that one.
I appreciate that.
And the
Thank
FMC,
you.
yeah.
Continue.
Well, I guess that means I better hurry up.
Okay, not
And
finding
announce it
anything
already.
for speed brake control.
So this year,
Really?
like we have done in previous years,
Well, I don't.
this
Yeah,
was
you're
a
in the
survey that we did of both
A300. I have.
founders and attendees.
Or the A400, sorry, I don't know anything about that plane. I don't know if you are talking about the 220, but that's actually made by Bombardier. Bombardier, sorry.
Several of the suggestions on the survey also came directly from attendees, which is really exciting for us. So we had 6 different.
So I have 2 Stream Decks, but I only, for in terms of like flight sim,
not one of the options for 2026.
I only use like the nav radios, and then I have like an elevator trim, rudder trim, flat position, speed.
But there were 5 other options, all of which were in contention for the vote. And the winning destination was actually the one that you all voted for, which is fantastic, because it makes it a lot easier for me to justify why we're going there. So we're going to talk about these in the reverse order, so starting with number 5.
I don't remember having to vote for
and
this.
I'll say again that there was a lot of close races here. There are a lot of strong opinions in the survey.
Yeah, I use it more for radios. That's the only thing I use for radios. I used to have the Logitech radio panel, but I got rid of that.
Again, not to say that it was very far at the bottom, because it was a very close
Oh,
race.
St. Louis would have been cool for me. It's not too terrible far away from me.
Could remain on the table for us in the future, but it was the 5th place.
Doesn't matter if it's the A400. There's no control binding under air brakes. Oh, interesting.
In 4th place,
Vegas? Oh, God, please no Vegas.
Second for this year as well, finishing 4th
Raleigh?
place in our survey for 2026. That would have been at the convention center downtown. Very similar kind of style to
Okay, so far it's staying on the East Coast. I like that. I like that. That's where I am. I'm on the East Coast, Illinois.
That you'll be seeing, and a city that you'll be seeing in our surveys for years to come. 3rd place, Vegas.
Vegas. All right, so no Vegas.
See, here's the thing. Vegas is very polarizing, right? So who loves Vegas? Show of hands.
Not me.
And who hates Vegas and never wants to go back?
Me. I've never been, and I don't want to go.
So if you look at Vegas, it has the most 5s and the most 1s in like every survey that we do. You either love it or you hate it. I'm sure we'll be
Baltimore
back
DC
there,
would be awesome.
But not in
Yeah,
2026.
I'd be cool.
So now,
Because I want to go to
after
visit. I want to
reveal
visit
number
DC at
2,
some point.
And for those of you who've been paying attention,
Maybe not in the next couple of
that
years,
might help
but
you understand which one is number 1. This was like so close. Number 2, Salt Lake City, Utah.
oh, okay, okay.
Which means, yell it out. Yell it
Phoenix.
out. Number 1 is indeed
Whoa.
Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Holy smokes. Okay, I can do that.
A city
Minneapolis.
voted on by
Will,
you.
thanks for the 5
More
gifted
specifically, it is the
memberships.
St. Paul River Center. It's about 10
Wow.
minutes from the
June 12th to the
Minneapolis-St. Paul
14th.
International
I am
Airport.
shocked.
Our dates are June 12th to 14th.
So Will
2026.
gave out
That's
5
about
memberships
2
to
weeks earlier
William,
than this year. Some
Sides,
people like it, some
Simmer,
people hate it. I know, I
Elvin,
know.
and
yes, that's where we're going to be for Flight Sim Expo 2026.
Maddie?
Similar style to this year.
Minneapolis,
Convention
wow.
Center, lots of different hotels around. One of the things that we've been working hard on is hotel rates. Hotel rates will be about $149 to $159.
I don't need a hotel. I got family there.
Thank you. Thank you. Lots of good international nonstop flights, very walkable, right by the river. We think it's a place that you're going to enjoy if you've never been there, and a place that we hope you'll enjoy going back to if you've been before. Sorry, what's that? One more time? Yeah, okay, yeah, there is kind of a mall there.
Contact Vancouver Center 133.6. Have a good day.
Yeah, what is
Wow,
that,
I'm
10,
excited.
15 minutes from Bloomington? Is that?
Center on
Yeah.
133.6.
And voted on.
You've always considered going there? Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I'll volunteer. Like I said, if it was somewhere nearby, and that's a 5-hour drive for me.
Stand up for us then.
And like I said, I got family there, so
I
that'd be
remember
really
the
cool.
conversation
I'm
'cause you're
excited.
Like, hey, what about Minneapolis? And I'm like, yeah, we looked at their downtown convention center, and it's like just way too big. And you're like, no, they have another one, and it's like called this one. And I looked it up, and
All
I'm
right,
like,
we
you
need
know
to start
what?
preparing our
That's
top descent stuff.
There you go.
Do I have this
It is
set
as
up?
simple as that.
Terminal
So we appreciate
charts.
all those suggestions and ideas. I thought it was you, but I want to call you out to be wrong.
Copy.
Anyway, that's where we're at. I want to cover a couple
Complete.
of other things that people often ask me about, and then if people want,
All right,
I'd love to
so,
do a Q&A. If you're done and you're
Vancouver,
ready to go home, that's fine. Feel
there's our
free.
airports,
But if you have questions, we do
and
have
let's
some
edit
microphones that we
clips,
have
right?
set up for you, and
We're
happy to
expecting the
answer a couple questions
Can-
about things. But I want to
what
just
is it?
cover a couple of really popular questions
Canuck?
that people have asked
Canuck?
us about over the show and over the
Canuck
last couple of
arrival,
months. The first big one is
runway
like,
26
why not
left.
Canada, right? So we talk about being North America's convention.
That
so
guy
why not
there.
do a show in Canada?
And
I
then
think it's something we can certainly consider. We have looked at it.
we gotta go
A
to
couple of
page
problems
down,
there.
page
You're
down,
probably gonna be
page
in one of the big
down,
cities,
page
so like in
down.
Toronto or
ILS
Vancouver.
26
The
left.
problem with that is the hotel rates. And we've heard from you
Oh, not that one.
a
This one here.
$200
All right,
hotel
complete.
rate is problem.
There's our
with
clipped.
pushing. So if you look at a Toronto or a Vancouver downtown, you're going to be in
All right,
that
here's our
300,
arrival,
probably
looking
400
at
Canadian dollar price
12
range.
to
Hard to
9,
get that a whole lot
5,000
lower.
feet.
The other, pardon? Yeah.
So
and
let's
the
put in
Calgary might be an
5,000 in the
option there, too.
box.
And then the other thing with Canada is we asked the question in our survey last year, how many of you would consider coming to a show in Canada?
P2
And
would
it
be
was
happy in
about
Canada, huh?
40% that said no and 60% that said yes. So
All
we
right,
have
let's
the
go ahead and get
majority,
our other
but
information
losing
set.
40% of our
So let's go to
attendees is kind of a big
performance
deal.
and
with a show that's
show
about
landing. Let's go ahead and
85%
copy it.
US-based attendees, that is
Try
something we look at pretty closely.
the
So it'll be
weather.
back on our survey again this year at the end of the event.
Current
Think about
weather
that
is
question seriously, like, would you
wind
actually
is
go?
290 at
And if you would,
8.
then that opens up the possibility for us to have that look. But that's one of the reasons you haven't
OTA
necessarily seen
is
that on a lot
19.
of
It's going to be
our
wrong for
direct
me because that's in
venue local
Fahrenheit.
surveys over the
And
past
I don't know how to
couple of
convert
years.
that fast.
Next one
And
that everyone always asks about, what
30.22.
about Florida? What about going back to Orlando?
30
What
for
about
flaps,
bringing the show
AC
back? So
on,
that's exciting.
anti-ice
What about
is
bringing the show
off,
to that
and brakes I just do one.
Obviously,
Show
between
route,
Vegas and Orlando, the two big
all,
convention cities
none,
in the US, those are always going
calculate,
to be on our radar. Our
145.
challenge at the moment in Florida is finding hotel rates that are in the realm of possibility. So
Okay.
looking at places that we looked at in 2019, rates that would have been
Yeah, Twin Cities is a
130,
very nice area.
140 are like 250,
Very nice. I'm
270.
excited. I'm
And
super
so that
excited.
wasn't
Like I said,
really something
I'm
we
definitely
could
going next
do
year now. That's a
given
done
what we
deal. I'll
heard
go.
from attendees
I'll go
about
all
where
3
you need to
days,
be
and
at
like I
in
said,
terms
I'll
of
try to
hotel
volunteer.
rates.
Maybe I'll
That
try to
being
do
said,
a
hoping to see those hotel rates start to come down and give us a few more options. I know there's a lot of
what's it
cities
called?
in Florida. I get a lot of recommendations for the Tampas that I heard
Speaker.
over there,
Maybe I'll try to be a
the Daytona
speaker.
Beaches. Trouble there is there's like one convention center that
What's your
works,
altitude?
and
Figured
they
I
know it.
fly something
So
I
they are
know.
not giving
Currently
us
at flight
a
level
deal on
360.
internet. They're not giving us a deal
360.
on electricity. And when you tell an exhibitor, yeah, your Wi-Fi is going to be like $3,000 for the show, doesn't work for them. Doesn't work for us. Doesn't work for you. So that's the current challenge we have in Florida. I think those rates are going to come down, and I do think you'll start to see Orlando circle back in on those venue surveys in the future. And last but not least, one of the questions that I started to talk about a little bit on Friday is what about actually just leaving the show in one place? Like, why do we move around every year? Why do we go to a new city? What if we stayed in the same place? Advantages of that would be it's easier for you, you know how to get there, you know where to stay.
P2, thanks for
it
coming
feels
on in.
familiar.
P2's also
Advantages
streaming,
for the
so if you're
exhibitors,
interested in watching
they
his
can
stream,
kind
he's
of
over
plan out
on
some of their
YouTube as well.
logistics. So maybe instead of shipping all this stuff back and forth across the
P2.
country, they could
Hope
just
your flight's
leave it in
going
the same
great.
spot.
Hope your stream's going
But
fantastic.
it also means we'd be
Thanks
in
for
the same
stopping
spot
on
every
in.
day. And I think a lot of you kind of like the fact that we move around. So I know it's hard for me to see, but let me just do a quick poll. I'm going to ask you first, do you think we should do what we do now?
I like that they move around, but I don't want them to focus so much on like the hot cities. That's why I think Minneapolis, Providence are two fantastic picks because
Yeah. And who thinks we should find a home base and leave it where it is?
no one.
So, you know,
Because like
that's
it gives the
kinda
option for
telling,
people
right?
who can't afford the
We asked our
airfare,
vendors and our
or
exhibitors this
you know,
question,
on the
and it's a
complete
lot closer
other
to
side of the
rates. It's about
country.
50-50
It gives the option
if
to
you're
at least
really
experience it
interested.
at some
As
point.
to moving it around,
And
keeping it
you
the
know,
same
keep on
place.
going.
So
If you keep
something
going to
we can look
Vegas, if you
at.
keep going to Dallas, keep
Obviously,
going
us being
to
able to find venues, which
or if you keep going to Florida, you know, then it's going to really mess things up. So it's nice that they're Minneapolis and Providence. I love that Salt Lake City was on there, you know, so like it opens up the door to more places. I like it.
Maybe or not, I can't tell.
Vancouver Centre.
Yeah, blue collar cities for sure. I love that idea.
So anyone have any
Forgot to turn the
questions?
landing
I'd
lights and
love to answer some questions.
transponder off for
Bring Phil
takeoff.
up there as well. There's a microphone somewhere right there. If anybody has a question,
Yeah,
the only
and
thing I
in
don't
June,
wanna answer
Twin Cities
is I
might not
don't wanna
be
answer
might not have a
specific
chance of being so
questions
hot.
because everyone
Right
wants
now
to
in
go
the
back
Illinois
to
area,
zip
it's like 100
line.
degrees
But I
outside.
think we'll just avoid
So it's
the
probably like
very
90 or so
specific
there,
venue
but
questions. If you wanna ask
you know,
about
in
something
June there's
other
no
than
snow.
why aren't
Well,
we at this venue, that's
knock on wood,
fine.
there will be no
Oh, they
snow.
actually sent you up here, did they?
I
You
think
do
I'm the
exist,
last
yes. Your
one to
microphone
come in
doesn't
as
exist.
usual. This group flight looks great on radar. Does it? Which radar are you looking at? Like the flight
Maybe they
simulator?
just cut you off already.
No one wants to hear me anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, so I can barely see out there, but if we have some questions, that's
Oh, good for
So
them.
Austin
That's
is
awesome.
currently
I'm
walking out
excited.
the mic. Perfect.
One up front here.
Go ahead.
So,
All
there's
right.
so many different
Let's see.
destinations that you
On
look at
landing,
and
let's go
you
back
consider. So what does that
to
process
airport.
look like for you?
26 left.
So this is really interesting.
Right
because
here, an
2 years
exit
ago, I
here.
told Evan we should do a seminar on this during the show to talk about like what the event planning cycle looks like.
Probably
And Evan said nobody wants to hear about that. So we haven't actually done that.
Probably Lima 2. Lima 2, Lima, and then we'll taxi in.
Cycle look like, and how long is it, just from a kind of a timeline perspective, and then what do we look for at a very high level?
So first of all, it starts actually.
You're in
before the
Iowa?
show.
Oh
By
yeah,
the
that'd
way,
be a
if
good
you guys
flight.
are
Yeah,
all
for
set,
sure.
you need to leave, like, don't feel bad. It's totally fine.
That's not too bad for
We'll do it
drive
today,
though,
but if you
either,
guys are
right?
all ready to head
6,
out,
7
no
hours?
traffic, like, all
Probably
good. Quickly, kind of how
probably
this show
7,
comes
8 hours,
together.
I'd guess.
We would be starting already and looking at 2027.
Yeah, hopefully no engine
We
fires
start off by doing a pretty big search across the
after
country,
Friday's
looking at
accident.
spots that people actually think would be
How we looking here?
interesting to them, spots that people like Micah over there
Yeah.
had
Oh,
suggested
disappeared.
for us. And then from that point forward, we start to
Maybe
narrow
we'll
that
exper-
down to actual
we'll
venues that have
experiment
them.
with another
Somebody
server
says,
next time.
"Hey,
Looks
here's
like the
a
E
venue
server keeps on
idea.
spawning out.
What I'll do is go actually look. Does it have enough space?
Kip uses the West server a
$27
lot, so maybe we'll try that West
over the
server.
course of our weekend. Are they $500?
Excessively salty's 4-hour drive. Nice. Yeah, mine's like a 5-hour drive. So yeah, I can drive up there on a Thursday night, stay there, and then
Then, depending on the timing, we may do a site visit and inspection and look at the
And then,
different hotels and the venue itself.
you know,
Or
leave
we
on
may
Monday or
just put it
something.
right
Like I
up
said, I
to
got
the survey
family,
and see
so
how the
I'll
voting
save a
goes.
crap load of money on
And then
hotel
based on voting from
expenses.
yourselves, based on survey results from our
That was
partners,
honestly that
based
was my
on how
biggest
we
issue
negotiate
for
with
this
venues,
year.
we then
Like
go
I was gonna get the
down
ticket,
to
the
where we
fly,
can
and all that
actually
jazz, and the
And in a
planes
lot of
weren't too
years,
bad.
there
It
may
was
actually
just
be 2 or 3 viable
the
options,
hotel
and we're
and
negotiating.
cutting
So we'll
back
say to the
on
venue,
some of the
"Actually, you know what?
expenses.
We don't think we can do this
But
at
this
199.
literally,
Let us know if you
you
wanna
know,
go
the most
lower."
expensive
And we can
part
talk
of
to
this is
somebody
probably gonna be
else.
just the
And then
tickets.
sometimes that venue
You know,
comes
to
back and
buy
they're like, "You know
3 or
what?
4
We couldn't
tickets,
sell
depending on
to
who's all
anybody
going
else,
with
so
me.
what do you think about this rate?" All with the aim of trying to get you the best possible venue at the right price.
But over on Kip's channel, there's
Decimal 55, American 516.
oh, who's it? Who's in Wisconsin?
It's Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Vancouver Center, American 516.
Oh, I just forgot his name.
Flight level 360.
Yes, we got it right.
I forgot his name, but he's in Wisconsin, so it'll be a nice, easy
Yeah, so it's every
trip for him.
So it's every airport that we've been to, Orlando and Tampa.
Major
I think
Hornets
they
in a
did
super,
together.
or sorry, Major
And I think
McDaniel's in a
for
Super
us, we
Hornet.
got Boston,
Holy
obviously,
smokes!
Providence together for us. I think Houston is in there, and Minneapolis Tower.
We'll have our
Something
escort.
called Tarmac Designs, by the way, that creates these 3D printed towers. And he wanted to be at the show. He couldn't
Yes,
be here,
P2.
So I was like, okay, you know what?
You
Send
can
us
take
some
the trip down
models.
from
He's like,
Toronto,
what
right?
airports do you want?
Come on
I'm like,
down,
okay,
visit the
you know what? We
States.
could do something with this.
Minneapolis
So
is a
yes, we
nice,
did have him do every
calm
airport we've been
state to
and
visit.
then one more from
You know,
Minneapolis. We
relatively
figured it out,
speaking,
by the
compared
way, so
to
fans,
some of the other
here's
states.
a couple of you guys. Good work. Excellent detective work.
Yeah, P2 would be really fun. Toronto, it's like a what?
I think I met you.
We have.
It's
Did
a
we talk
3-hour
a minute ago?
flight.
Yeah. It's not a question. I would like to thank you guys for everything you've done. These have been the most.
But will I?
And it's because of you guys that we as a community.
It'd be cool to do a group meet up
Thank
there
you,
in
Les.
Minneapolis.
Appreciate that. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, Minneapolis Airport is really nice. I did 2 flights out of in and out of Minneapolis. Well, into Minneapolis. No, I actually think I did 3 flights yesterday into Minneapolis.
You guys, but I kind of got beat to it. My direction or question was going to be directed to the audience. Would you join me in giving these guys a round of applause and a hand? Great job this
Should be
year.
easy to get 2 for everyone. Yeah, Minneapolis is an international airport, so it's a very large airport, can handle a lot of it. A lot of air travel. Sun Country, I think, still based there, so they're a low-cost carrier. Delta flies in there heavily. Southwest has a flight in there as well, or a couple flights into it as well.
I think we could do one. We actually do a
So yeah, Minneapolis is a very good choice. I feel for it's it's middle center, but it's or sorry, it's upper center, but it's centralized U.S. So whether you're on the West Coast in California or Seattle, or Washington, it's still an easy hop over to Minneapolis.
Why June?
Why June?
That's a good question.
I would really like them to kind of stick in that middle, the middle of the states. I think that's like the perfect area. Oklahoma City and Dallas is in the center, but it's just lower, right? Denver's not too well, but Denver's definitely west, but Kansas City, I guess, somewhere in there would be nice. Omaha.
The reasons you try to stay away from the 4th of July, try to stay away from Father's Day. Into July, you get into Oshkosh and AirVenture. Into August, you're into the summer, and then it goes
Oshkosh is next month.
Could it work outside of the summer months? Presumably, we did do a show once in San Diego during COVID in September. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, Kansas City. I'd go down to Kansas City. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Kind of being in that time frame when people are looking to travel does seem to work well. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I think you covered most of those points. I don't have anything there to add.
And I guess we have like FS weekend in March, and we have shows in Europe in October.
I
November,
think
so,
the
like, we
June
are
time frame is
covering
probably
months.
best. I think the end of June. Actually, middle of June would probably be ideal, which is kind of what next year is going to be.
So I know Europe is not.
First, worry about the content first. Well, I want them to definitely shorten the length. If you're talking about them, I want them to shorten the length of the Expo. Is there a way to see the screen names and the EFB? Yeah, you should be able to. Oh no, not on the EFB. I don't think you can see the names. I think you can just see the map. You can just see the dots, right? Oh, I guess. Hold on.
That's yours.
I'm starting on that one. Look, I mean,
Why are all these planes facing the other direction?
This weekend, guys, we're here. I don't know if you saw them. It was great to see the team.
Display information.
I've been to the last couple of FS weekend shows, the last two actually. I think it's a great show in Europe. I don't really have any like desire to try to
navigation.
Recreate that. Like I think it's a really cool thing.
Friends traffic
There's a couple
only.
of other smaller shows already happening in Europe. Aerosoft does theirs.
Yeah, I don't think you can see the names on the EFB.
Flights and Web Shop also did was more of like
but that is cool. So we have what? We have. Oh, is that the Super Hornet that's next to me somewhere?
Kind of shows. Probably there is. I could see something.
Oh, we
like
lost traffic again.
Really
oh no, they're right here.
Actively looking at the moment. I think we're really happy.
There's supposed to be a plane like right next to me, or is that me?
Much of the community to one place as we can. I would be worrying about like splitting it too much if we said like let's do a flight sim.
I don't see it.
That's what I'm at.
I think there's two right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's our 6 people. Very cool. I don't know if this is part of us or not. That'd be cool if they add in like name tags on the EFB. That'd be really cool. Airspeed. We are cruising right now at airspeed. Indicated airspeed is 254. 254. Getting ready to reach top descent. Yeah, for sure. To add in the name tags.
But I think it's probably more in the US that we know Flight Sim Association is a thing. And in Europe, they don't have that community. Again, it's more fragmented out there. And I've wondered if there's maybe a thing.
That's cool.
Even at things
I'm
like
excited.
FS weekend,
Something to look forward to next year.
Flight Sim Association stall to say, well, this is what America has, and this is another type of community, but not necessarily FS Expo out there.
I gotta start ranging who's it all gonna go with now.
Definitely anything that gets the community together, we're definitely supportive of. One of the things that we did at Flight Sim Association this past year, if you haven't seen it, is we actually put out a Google Maps page that basically has a list of all the clubs and associations that we're aware of. And one of the hotspots is actually in the UK. So generally speaking, trying to support those folks and then also the other ones that we see in Europe and trying to help bring awareness to their existence, and then how we can try and build community around those existing clubs is definitely something that we're interested in trying to build. And again, we tried to make an effort to do that this past year. And I think we, as Flight Sim Association, will continue to try and do that in the future.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for coming.
And we've got a question over here. Ready for it?
Hi, I'm Captain Paul. Just want to say I spent a lot of time in this area over the weekend because there's so many interesting topics. A few of the speakers mentioned that they can't see the crowd because of the darkness. And for future events, if you can plan to have a lighted room where these seminars happen, I think, because it's not more of a play, it's more of a, they want more interaction going on, I think, with the audience.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing trying to put this on the show
441.
floor, which was an experiment that we did this year.
And
it's very
69
much
miles
like
from
a
top of
Vegas
descent.
thing. Like, some
Top of
people love it
descent.
because
How do you
it's
check that in
open,
this
you
plane?
can see everything going on.
Program.
Other people are like, I just can't hear
Top of descent, 45 nautical miles.
So that's kind of part
And
of
then
it.
we
I
are
don't think they can actually
expecting
control these
arrival
lights, like, on
at
or off, so it's like,
1931.
you get this. I think
It
the
is
idea
currently
is the right concept, and
1858.
I'm literally
So we get about a half hour left.
so we have to find a way to get the
And it
audio
should be a straight in. If we keep getting 2.6, it should be a straight in arrival.
That background show floor noise.
Yeah.
Center on 133.5, American 516. Bye-bye.
I gotta say, I don't like the Super Hornet Digital UFC as much as the Legacy Hornets. I haven't really used a Hornet very much, just to kind of play around with, but I haven't really used it too terribly much.
Hi, my name is Ian. I'm curious, is there a reason you haven't bought the FS Expo domain rather than Flight Sim Expo? I know I've mistyped that in many times.
Have you looked to see how expensive FS Expo is when you try and buy the domain? Largely just price. There's no other reason for that. When we were first looking at the name Flight Sim Expo, the domain was significantly more expensive than we were willing to pay for.
I don't think a domain is all that necessary.
Domain is kind of well known.
I think if you're a simmer and you're really interested in going to the Expo, you'll find it. It will be interesting to see like what happens in Minneapolis.
Somebody look that up and tell me.
It's like like you said earlier, it's grown the last 3 years, so it needs to really continue to grow. Because if it doesn't continue to grow, well, that might kind of scare people away from going to. You might scare them away from going to like Minneapolis again.
So you know that kind of
One more question.
Turned off Beyondatc and ran your stream through my headset. Works really good to be able to hear you.
Question. What do you need from us as the community as we look
The older Hornets UFC. The older Hornets have buttons set for everything like this one, but not quite as clear as the older Hornets. Okay.
Short answer to that is, if everybody
Kind of scared to have Lex in my ear, but it works.
brings that friend next year, that's what the most that you can do for us next
So
year.
imagine the
Trying to grow
voices in
show
my
is,
head.
Generally speaking, the biggest thing that the attendees can help us do every single year.
Yeah, I think, you know, seeing growth like we have every year.
All right, let's see if we can find P2 stream. We'll get P2. We got the information all from that. P2, let's get you on board here.
After this stream, I'm planning on starting my charcoal barbecue in the evening and making some chicken.
Chat
I was planning to
barbecue
make
time.
some dinner for my girlfriend tomorrow.
Nice.
On the barbecue, but I have to postpone it for a week. Next Monday, I'm planning on making some veggies for her and making some tandoori chicken for me.
We're gonna do. I think I'm gonna make some burgers tonight.
I was just in your chat.
She also knows most of the MSFD pages don't work in game, including the radar. Really? TJ just whizzed past me.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a barbecue nerd on the side. Like I have
Bigger screen PIP is better, Lex. Bigger screen. Agent, what is it? PIP? What is PIP? Picture in picture in what? Picture in picture? Yeah, picture in picture. Expect Canuck 5, runway 26 right, American 516.
3,900 kgs.
Canuck?
Fairly well balanced.
Canuck? Oh, that's what it is, Canuck. Jeez. Alright, there's TJ. Oh, Austin. TJ was right up there.
We have Mrs. TPHI doing flybys over there. And
J. Russ is in the 320, I believe. 320.
my multiplayer keeps switching off and on, which
Fixed it. They gave me no fuel, but I'm going burner anyway, scene 5. Jay's about 3 miles behind me.
Hey Lex, I'm watching you watch my stream.
We're all watching everyone. That's awesome. TJ's in the A320 as well. There went. Oh yeah, okay.
It's like Inception, like Sim Edition.
Like Inception, yeah. I saw the Discord. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's just the exhaust. There's a little moon back there in the distance. Are we? Top descent's coming right up. Right on there. Oh, there's a TPHI. Whiz right on past us. We'll race you who is the first to land. Maddie says she's doing the best at doing that.
There's a nice RNAV approach if you want to land in Kelowna. I think it takes you through this valley, across the lake, and then makes you land over there on this side. A beautiful RNAV approach if anybody wants to try.
You know what we should have done? We should have done Discord chat. That's what we should have done for the stream. Discord chat. That'd have been fun. Next time. All right, we got a report ready for descent. Any second now. Well, I guess we do now. American 516 is ready for descent. Master copy, I'm back there with the moon. Well, I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I lost the moon. There's the moon.
50 miles to top of descent for me.
P2's 50 miles away. It's a nice livery. Oh, I heard the descent. We're slowing down.
We'll see master copy behind.
Alright, we're starting our descent into Vancouver. Over to 135.0 for center.
Contact Vancouver Center 135.0.
TJ, the Discord link. Discord. No, you just land, refuel, and fly again. Yeah, this Max, I love this Max 8. I don't know, like, the 319 took me away from flying Boeing for a while.
Your top of descent says 12,000, that doesn't make sense.
And then when 2020 came out, or 2024 came out, all I flew was a Phoenix, so that was the only thing available. And once I finally was able to use at least a PMGG 737, I fell back in love with Boeing's planes. There's just something fun about flying Boeing. Same with Airbus.
Restriction at Stave, which is max 230 knots, 12,000 feet.
Contact Vancouver Center 133. Decimal 5. Have a good day.
Enter at 133.5, Air Canada 080.
Alright. We have, what? 20-ish minutes? Yeah, 20-ish minutes. So just a reminder, next week, no morning streams. Well, at least morning for me, no AM streams, no normal streams, as I have a different work schedule. So probably, I don't know, well, there might be an evening stream here and there. I would say the chances are low, though, after working a long day at work, especially Monday. I work a longer day than normal. And probably on
19 degrees Celsius.
Thursday will probably be a longer day as well. Tuesday should be shorter, and Wednesday might be shorter as well. But so probably next flight, next stream will probably be Friday, honestly. But I have one video coming out sometime next week. I think on Tuesday. Nothing major, just HDR content, but hopefully that works out well. McDonald for me. Oh, yeah, the McDonald's are nice. Douglas.
Call for descent at around 20 miles.
I was kind of looking forward to flying the MD-80 again in Flight Sim, but it's such a complex plane to fly. It's such a complex plane to fly.
And your speed needs to be at 230. That's something we
It's one of those.
take care of.
It's one of those aircrafts that if you don't fly a lot, you'll easily forget. The same with like the 727. If you want to go like full into the 727 and not have like the little phone thing help you through it, it could be very difficult to keep that in your head. Which is why I'm very happy with my progress at, you know, like the A306, the CRJ, the E-Jet, you know, the Boeings, 320s. I feel comfortable in all those planes because I typically can figure it out fairly quickly again, even if I haven't flown it for a while. Still not sure if I'll get it since I fly the Airbus. Since I fly the Airbus all the time. That was like a pun there, wasn't it, A-Russ? The iFly looks great, although I'm not sure if I'll, since I fly. That's great. You know, yeah, if you, there's no doubt, if you prefer, you know, the Phoenix or just Airbuses in general, like, there's no reason to jump over. The iFly is a fun plane. For me, I'll get bored and it'll get stale sometimes if I fly the same plane over again. So that's why I really love that in 2024 we have more and more airliners available. And the same thing when I first got into 2020 and I was doing GA flying. I was flying the Caravan majority of the way until we started getting some third-party developers in there. The Carenado, the Seneca came out, and I flew the heck out of that plane. And eventually the Kodiak came out, flew the heck out of that plane. So like, I love flying different planes, kind of experiencing everything a little differently. And they all behave a little bit more unique. We're headed back to DFW for a week after next for some more plane spotting. Oh, cool. More plane spotting. Yeah, J. Russ has some awesome photos. J. Russ, you should pop those in the Discord when you have a chance. I think there's a screenshot section in there. Just pop them in there. That'd be cool. If you paid attention to the devs the last half year, you'll see that programming in 2024 is really harder and different. Yeah. Yeah, they've all said that 2024 has been a challenge. And I think it's like a mixture of why. I think the first and foremost is that Asobo, with every single sim update, seems to change some very important fundamentals of the SDK. And then that breaks things, right? So when the developer, for example, iFly, who said that, okay, well, we think we have it working with Sim Update 1, but we want to see what Sim Update 2 did. And then Sim Update 2 beta started coming out like, well, okay, it's working a little better, but now it broke. And the same thing's happening with 3, is they'll get some things fixed, and then they'll break other things. This last sim update that came out on, what was it, Thursday or something, completely broke. It's CTD like crazy. And I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it because of that, so I'll kind of stay away from it. Can I see where you are on the map? Yeah, let me bring up the map again.
I think we have good separation.
Alright, so here we are. Oh, where's your other... Okay, so here's our trail of people. And our airport is right here. So here's where we are. So we got some river here, or lake right here. So we're just kind of off that. If you want to look at this guy, we're not quite on the star yet. Where are we at? Boost. We're 41 nautical mile. Hold on. Yeah, 41 from Booth. Is that right? 41? Yeah, 41. 40 from Booth. So we're probably right up here. And then we'll get on the map here for Booth. Alright, pulling that down. Maybe I tried X-Plane a few weeks back. Now, I don't own X-Plane 12. I own X-Plane 11. But the performance was really, really bad for me. I lowered things down and was trying to see if I can make it, improved. But it was really rough. It was really, really rough for me. I want to try it because I want to try the free X-Craft Embraer, the E-Jet, because they have a freeware for the 170, and I do want to try it. Is it on sale over the Steam sale? Let me see, I'm curious. If it's like on a good, fair price sale on with the summer sale, I might consider. No, it's not on sale. Yeah, I don't know. I just won't fly it, so like I want to get it because I want to experience the full-fledged sim. But I know I won't fly it very much. I don't have a lot of issues with Flight Sim 2024. Most of the issues I have with it are because of frame gen. That's a big issue that I've experienced, but I've somewhat found a way to get most of those issues fixed. It still pops up, but most time is fixed. I still believe that with Sim Update, probably 4 or... Yeah, I'm happy with 4. I think when Sim Update 4 comes out, I think that we're going to finally see like a stable Sim Update, where they're doing most of the work behind the scenes, with Sim Update 1, 2, and 3. I think 4 is going to be like just minor tweaks to things. Very, very minor tweaks. So I think from then on, we're going to be seeing a lot slower progress with Sim Updates, which will make the Sim much more stable and consistent. Master Copy, we're about 40 miles ahead of you. Okay. I see you behind me, Master Copy. So we have J. Russ up there, who's looking closer on the screen. in that beautiful Airbus. It says a Sobo. You're in the Phoenix though, J. Russ, right? And then we have P2 back there, Maddie's back there, Master Copy. Yeah, I think the next time we do a live stream, or like a group flight like this, let's switch over servers. Does anyone have any recommendations for a server? Like I said, I think Kip does the West server, and then some people do the West Asia server. Okay, you're in a Phoenix, yeah. I don't know, so for some reason it doesn't seem like my planes are quite working the way they're supposed to. I need to update. Maddie's in 777. All right. Oh yeah, you said that earlier. FSLTL. Yeah. See, this is bringing FTSLTLs 777 in, but your J. Russ is bringing the Asobo passive 320, which I guess is fine. Yeah, Jay Turner ahead of us. Just me, lazy dog. P2 sent a friend request. Do I have to do that in the main menu, right? I can't do. Can I do it? That'd be a cool feature to add it in a map here. Can't do it in the EFB, right? I'll add you afterwards, P2. I don't want to pause the sim. I don't trust it with the iFly. I don't trust pausing it with the iFly. Maddie shows up as Air New Zealand 777. Air New Zealand's jumped over to the Boeing side. They said they had enough with the Airbus.
Yeah, now on profile, so it
Main menu, okay.
not inbuilt side.
All right, 19,000 feet, looking really, really good. There's also something about this Max. It looks really good. It's a beautiful plane. Criticize all the faults you can about the Max because it's justified 100%. It is a gorgeous looking plane. This livery is top notch. There's Star Alliance. So like I said, I did join BA, Star Alliance, Virtual Airline. I did one flight. I'll continue doing them. Kind of back in that stage with APL where I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest again in it. And I'm so far behind, 18,000. Like my goal is to get at least top 200 with United with APL. But it's going to be such a grind to get there. It's going to be such a grind to get there. It's going to take a very long time. And a lot of flight hours to get there.
Nice descent rate, 1600, not too much. It's because of we starting our descent earlier and
P2 says he doesn't trust 2024 period, don't touch anything. Yeah.
I start my descent like 50, either 20 or 50 miles.
Master Copy is trying to catch up.
Just because I had traffic ahead of.
K5JR, Master Copy, Maddie, with the Super Hornet.
Center on 125.905, American 516.
Major McDaniel, you're in the
Vancouver
Super Hornet,
Center,
right?
American 516, descending via Canuck 5, 16,700 feet.
I can't wait for Flow to come in 2024 as well. We can get their nameplate so we can change it. One thing that was really cool about Flow is that you can have like your friends be a different color. And then like during the day you can have it black and at night you can have it white so they're more visible. It's a brilliant idea. Coming closer, 4 nautical miles out. I don't see a model yet though. Yeah, there's no model at all. Must be failing the model match. That's unfortunate. I want to see it. Yeah, it should be definitely be seeable now because J. Russ is right there. Yeah, we're not getting the model matching. Dang it. I have the, making a turn. Oh, that's a cool shot. Oh, there it is. Saw it for a second. Afterburners, hauling ass. Oh, we saw it for like a brief second, like a blur. Alright, 15,000. Yeah, I want chase plane 2. Altitude, just passing 15. You guys are going to change the world, Lex. I don't know about that. This is no world changing. I have no model matching or livery match, all generic. Like SI. Like SI. Oh boy. Now here's the thing. Like I'd be willing to try, not spend any money on it, but willing to try SI again if they didn't have me banned. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I did say that my channel should be as unbiased as possible. Now, I'm a little biased right now because I'm a little teed off still with them. But, like, I would like to try it and then make my honest decision. Like, I've listened to a bunch of audio, I watched a bunch of video, and none of that's telling me it's any better than when I tried it, like, what, 10 months ago? But I wouldn't mind trying it again and seeing the progress they potentially had made. The model matching is something they also had a big problem with. Yeah, they banned Will in Discord.
That's I forgot the name of the mountain. That's Seattle, right? That's the one near Seattle.
All right, we're coming in, looking good. What's our land? Oh, I haven't done our minimums yet. All right, we got to set up the rest of the stuff here. So, 268. This is the problem with live streaming, is I always forget to do things. I get on like just talking, yapping away. Okay, so now I'm using my Stream Deck for my radios. I kind of want to buy a bigger Stream Deck, one of the, what's it, 20 whatever keys? Actually, no, it's more than that. It's like 30 something, right? Get one of the big ones, and I can give one of these other ones to my wife. And then I might actually consider doing like the what's it, FS, not FS panel, what is it? There's like some add-ons you can get. Minimum's 207.
Contact Vancouver arrival 133.1.
207.
516.
Okay, looking good.
Vancouver arrival.
At saved, you want to be 3,000. We're at 11 right now, so we're looking pretty good. Between Kip's streams, P2 streams, Lex's stream, I think we have plenty of people that have been banned or kicked from SI for voicing our personal grievance with the product.
Altimeter 3021, American 516.
Hello, boys. Where's McDaniel? Master Copy's back there. We lost. Oh, there's Master Copy. Or not Master Copy, there's Major. I lost J. Russ, MP2. Alright, 9,000. 10,000. Landing lights are coming on.
American 516, descend to 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet.
Descend to 7,000
say intentions, Turner.
American
Say intentions.
516.
Yeah, Canada's beautiful. This is really nice looking. I don't think I've... well... I don't think I've landed in Vancouver... I don't think I've done Calgary or Vancouver in 2024 yet. No, I've done Vancouver. I've done Vancouver, yeah. Because I do Vancouver to Seattle from time to time. Or Portland. But I haven't done Calgary. That was my first time in Calgary. I've done Toronto a couple times. Alright, 3,000.
Descend to 3,000 feet, American 516.
I think we're a little high. I'm gonna go to VS now. I think we're a bit high on this approach. I told you enjoy flying Canada. Yeah, for sure. This is really cool. This is beautiful.
18,000 feet. Standard.
Master copies in front of P2.
Speed break. You get back.
Will says you don't want to know. Alright, do we have an airport in sight yet? Yep, there's the airport.
American 516, 12 miles from Goreg, turn right, heading 220, maintain
Right heading 220, 3,000. 220 on the heading, so we're just going to maintain where we are because it's right on course. We're going direct to saved.
Until established. Cleared ILS runway 26 right, American 516.
VNAV's working, but for some reason, sometimes the max kind of brings you in high. We get a lot of handoffs, P2. A lot of handoffs. Mine's been pretty quiet. I have third party in Vancouver, but I've never flown into it until now. Alright, Russ. This will be cool. Alright, here we go. We're making our turn. Approach is armed.
Air Canada 0803, Vancouver Center identified.
He's way too happy to have us.
He's got an exciting. P2, if you can hear me, are you using premium for both ATC and your co-pilot, or ATC and traffic?
Across 6 center controllers. So.
All right, let's bring that VS because we're looking better now. Speed brakes are your friend for sure. This was my 6th handoff. Holy smokes! All right, speed brakes are stowed. Let's go down to 210. Did we check our landing speeds? Why are we not showing up on here? ILS.
Over to Tower 119, decimal 55.
Oh, maybe it doesn't show up.
American
Alright.
516. Bye-bye.
Performance 145.
Vancouver Tower, American 516, ILS runway 26 right.
15 nautical miles out. Let's go ahead and bring our flaps down to 5.
American 516.
I use premium for just ATC. Okay, okay. Too broke for traffic. Don't have anything else on the game right now.
American 516.
Yeah, I only use the voices for ATC. I'm happy with traffic being the free voices. It sounds really good still, regardless. I want to know how SI gets away with it, because that's a lot of extra pushing of voices, especially with traffic. Justin, welcome in. Is this your last flight for the day? Yeah, this is our first and last. We're only gonna do the one flight today. Only the one flight today. This is fun. We should do this more often. Maybe you can look at doing like a every Sunday kind of thing. We can do Discord chat. I think that'd be really fun. Do Discord chat. Oh, we got the bridge below us. Should we go under the bridge? We can make it happen. We could be Sully.
Lex, if you're listening on your stream, we should totally figure out the Discord streaming thing, the audio thing.
Yeah. P2, I hear you. Let's do it. Let's do a P2 for the next group when we do. That'd be really fun. Really, really fun. All right, 10,000. 180 on the speed. Group chat would be really fun. Although, isn't there group chat in the sim now? Like voice chat? I've never used it. Although the way that planes are cutting in and out, it might not be great. Alright, clear to land. J. Rest turn final.
Let's keep
J. Russ right there. Alright, we're exiting to the right and expecting to do Lima 2. Unless we can hit Echo, but that's really pushing it.
Canada 0803, contact Vancouver arrival, 133.1.
Over to arrival 133.1 Air Canada 0803.
Alright, flaps 15.
Vancouver arrival Air Canada 0803, 11,000 on the Canuck 5.
And flaps 25, bring back the speed. 145, is that what I said? Yeah. 145.
Altimeter 3021, expect ILS runway 26 right, 0803.
And flaps 30. Well, J. Russ, this is your first multiplayer flight. How's it going? You liking it? Was it fun? There's that Super Hornet. I lost J. Russ. Oh, it's hauling ass. Oh, there's the Hornet. Look at that. That's cool. There's the Hornet. Let's get a screenshot of that. That's cool. We're like Air Force One here. There's your Russ. Pop back on. That's very cool. Alright, looking really good. Flaps are 30. Beautiful. Alright, AP is coming off. My aircraft. I'd advise y'all keep your seatbelts on for the landing. Yeah, that's a really cool view. Very cool view. Alright, once we land, we'll taxi to our... Oh, actually, we'll just pull off on the side, and then we'll see if we can get some views of other planes coming in. If our server is going to hold up, as they all just disappeared. Minus 167, Will says.
We're going to reduce the speed manually to 210.
Alright, looking good, looking good. A little low, but we'll make it happen. Reminds me of Seattle, yeah.
Flaps 1. 3,000 feet Air Canada 0803.
Maintain center line. Alright, there's traffic back. Got a Razor 7067. I think the numbers afterwards mean they're on Xbox. I think. Oh, I forgot to arm my speed brakes. Okay, looking good. Oh heck, you know what? This is looking really good. A little bit of a drop there at the end. Hold it. Nice. Oh man, show off the landing skills today. Reverses are out. On the big stage here. On the big stage of streaming. Alright, I'm gonna try to exit right here right away. We made Echo. Oh, something's broken here.
Left at Mike 10, American 516.
Right heading 220, 3,000.
Alright, we'll pull off right here. Parking brake set. Let's bring up our flaps.
Ground 127.15. American 516.
Speed brakes are disarmed. Let's see if we can get some traffic.
Lex just spilled butter all over the runway. This is going to be
Yeah,
slippery
it's
landing.
it is going to be slippery, P2. My scenery is broken here, though. I'm not sure what's going on. Wonder if we'll see how P2's is. My scenery's broken. Vancouver doesn't have a free scenery, right?
Yeah, don't expect a lot from the scenery though. Called Vancouver.
Alright, got Maddie out there in the distance. I don't see J. Russ. Did you already land? Oh, there's J. Russ. Oh, look at that perfect timing. Look at that landing like a pro. showing Airbus. Oh, this camera's really slow. Drone camera speed. Let's increase the speed here. Still really slow. Rotation. That's a very nice landing.
0803, contact Vancouver Tower 119er, decimal 55.
Alright, we lost some people. We'll see if they come back.
119.55, Air Canada
P2 should be coming up shortly. Yeah, J. Russ landed that one nicely. That was a beautiful landing.
Air Canada 0803, Vancouver Tower, wind 275 at 10, runway 26 right, clear to
Over
land.
to my stream. Stereo cockpit, see you on the ground. Yeah, third party will. I'm gonna have to find my nose wheel steering controls and bind it. Also, I've never tried landing behind in formation with an aircraft this big. Your wash was huge. It was really cool. I had an awesome ATC this morning with Beyond ATC. It gave me the whole caution wake turbulence because there was a plane taking off exactly when I was, well, took off just shortly before I did when they gave me clearance.
Star, approach mode is armed, Cat 3 single.
It was like 110 knots.
Dual autopilot.
Let's see if traffic spawns back in.
We're clear to land. Go down 180.
There's Maddie.
At our approach, final up. Then
Let's see, what was my landing rate? End flight, review flight, stats, 130, minus 130. I beat you, Will. Minus 130.
flaps 2, right slope star.
Oof, that was butter, though.
I think this is MSFS.
Alright, here comes Maddie. P2's out there in the distance yet. I see it about 250 meters from you the whole time. That's very nice. Alright, pressure's on, Maddie. You're on the big screen here. Looking very nice.
What's our altitude?
777, right? Air Europe. Very nice. Very nice rotation. Very, very nice. This rotation's still really slow. Is it reset? I think it's resetting. Alright, master copy and P2. Here comes master copy. I see them on screen. Oh crap. Come on now. P2 is going to be 145. J. Russ, thanks for coming in. Good landing. That was freaking awesome. Thanks for coming in. Hope you have a great Sunday.
Auto brake set to low.
Alright, there's master copy popping back on.
Do our best to vacate at least at Mike 1. No promises.
Mike 1. P2 wants to go down to Mike 1. Mike 1. I don't see Mike 1. Here comes master copy. Looking good.
England stable.
Let's master copy in. Oh crap, disappeared. Gosh dang it.
1000.
Maddie had a 112 landing. Very nice. A stupid multiplayer. Yeah, we'll have to switch to a different server next time. think they just landed. I think Master Copy just landed. Yeah, sorry, we missed you, Master Copy.
Approaching 26 right.
Is P2? Yeah, he's landing 26 right. Okay, let's go over 26 right. Yeah, DHL land here. Why did P2 get 26 right?
500.
Bit bumpy.
Also, the Hornets game fuel burns about 2 times faster. Jeez. Oh, he disappeared. Son of a gun. Come on. What the hell is that? There's something floating over there. You see that? What is that?
100.
We lost P2.
40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Alright, yeah, next time we'll definitely gotta try a different server.
Reverse green, diesel, spoilers.
Definitely gotta try a different server next time.
Wasn't a butter, but that was deep.
1,500 meters remaining.
60 knots, reverses disengage.
Yeah, we completely lost him.
1,200 remaining.
Exit left at Mike 6, Air Canada.
Oh, Mike's. Oh, yeah, that's why he's on the other.
Here.
900 remaining.
Mike 6 is down. There's P2. Yeah, this. I don't know. Is this scenery just conflicting?
That wasn't a.
Something's broken with the scenery.
200 that was more like a 270.
Air Canada 0803. Contact ground 127.15.
P2's looks much better than mine, based on what I can see.
127.15 Air Canada 003. Thank you.
Oh, this is cool. This is a lot of fun.
Air Canada 0803. Request taxi to assigned gate.
Air Canada 0803. Gate 5.
Like the terminal looks fine. It's just everything else is bad. Everything else is bad.
It was a minus 329.
329.
Feel like that, but on the G's it was 1.01.
P2.
Yeah, decent landing.
A minor.
My best, certainly not my.
Minor dent in the ground.
53, let's set up
Just joking.
GSX.
Master Copy. Taxiing. We should probably taxi.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Alright, speed brakes are stowed away.
Take it by auto.
Gate 53 via Mike 6. Mike Juliet, Juliet Bravo, Juliet.
Alright, let's go ahead and make our taxi.
Air Canada 0803.
Lights, taxi.
Your 777 is Air Canada? Yeah, something's going on with the matching.
3 seconds.
I have it set in Ultra, but it's still being funky. Still being funky. Alright, turn off the runway lights. We're blinding people for a little bit. I gotta figure out why this Vancouver is this bad. I don't even know which one I have, in all honesty. We'll park right next to Master Copy. The old Southwest taxiing.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm not unhappy with.
Alright, parking brake is set. And system page, connect the GPU. Ground power connected. And engines are off.
But even with that, I'm not a.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for coming in today. This was a lot of fun. That was fun, even though I had minus 270. Hey,
It was a good stream.
it was a good group
Thank you all
flight.
for joining.
Really good fun. So we'll plan another one in the future. Maybe we can try to do one every Sunday or something, or every other Sunday. We'll try to figure out something. But I want to figure out this Vancouver airport. That's one of my top things to figure out. And we'll figure out from there. But thanks everyone for coming in. Yeah, the landing is really good. We got to figure out a different server. We got to figure out the Discord chat. and then we'll go forward and do what we want to do. 310 for P2. But everyone, thanks for coming in for our second ever group flight, our first ever kind of planned group flight. But we had Master Copy come in. We had J. Russ, Maddie, P2 of course, JT, or TJ, sorry, Major, and who else do we have in here today? I think I don't remember if I said Maddie, but I'll say it again. Will, of course, was in. Barry.
I don't think my gate is a gate. Default
Paul was in.
Yeah, it's like a...
And Excessively Salty was here. Thanks for coming on in. Yeah. But again, a lot of fun today. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Mrs. TPHI was in as well. Thanks for coming in. See y'all. So, again, we got P2. Check out his YouTube channel. And then, of course, we have Kip, who also has a YouTube and will be hopefully streaming at some point today. Give me some entertainment. And then
like a live audio of all of us talking during
Spy's over on Twitch and YouTube, so check out him. He's fantastic as well.
Really smoothly. I was not all that confident about having a good stream, given the fact that I haven't done one in 8 months. But
oh, it's really good, P2. You did a really good stream. It was really, really good. For the last half we watched is really, really good. But again, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll figure out all the stuff behind the scenes in the future. Again, thanks everyone for coming in. We'll see you next time. Take care.
This was so much fun.